Hi, folks. How are you all going? You must be relieved by the latest news that Trump has agreed for the 2 weeks ceasefire as provided by the 10 points plan by Iran on the invasion to subdue the hostilities. I just will remind you that 15-point program that was provided by Trump was immediately rejected, that it cannot be worked upon and there is no negotiations. Although Pakistan had been working to bring some diplomatic understanding between the two countries. The problem there is that the third party, the so called right hand man of Trump, Netanyahu, is not involved. So we'll discuss that a bit later. First of all, it's a good news. The market have been serious good impact of the 2 week ceasefire information. Oil prices have started falling down. The world economics is looking better. But to go back to the normal pre-January 26 conditions, it'll take between 3 to 6 months. Well, that's a different point. We'll talk about it later, some other time. But first, this ceasefire. The Trump, if you know, there's a famous word attached to him, taco. Trump always chicken out. Has come true. Although Trump is saying that it is his victorious stance that brought this 2 week ceasefire plan. He will say, I was asking for 2 week ceasefire for Iran to accept. But his terms was totally discarded, and Pakistan provided a 10-point plan provided to them by Iran. So Iran 10-point plan has been accepted. Now at the moment we do not know what are the terms and conditions within those 10-point plans. But I can tell you something. The Trump and his advisors had been asking that Hormuz should be open. Free trade. This 10-point solution or the 10-point plan that has been provided by Iran clearly states, I don't know what are the terms and conditions, but what I have heard and what I have seen is that Iran will remain in control. Although the flow will open, but they will remain in control of the Hormuz Strait. And probably they will charge the fare as a toll tax for all the shipment moving up and down. So it's not that what Trump was asking. It is this what Iran has been telling. Now, let's see how and what compelled Trump to take this ceasefire. Firstly, all the European Union members, all the EU main leaders must have spoken to Trump and would have told him that his actions are really unlawful. Some of them already told him that they will not support. But all of them must have said, if you do this, it might create a third war situation. You do not know who and when somebody can come in. It will have serious impact on China, India, although Russia will benefit. There is a very good chance that other countries will join them. And although EU leaders have not said this, you will become person non grata. You will have no value once if you start this. Nobody will talk to you. Nobody will listen to you. And guess you will be a loser. These leaders are not saying that, but they have indicated this will be the outcome of his war if he goes up. Although he's also already been looked as a loser. The opinion in the world population is greatly against this war, against US. Even the US population itself is against it. This is the one reason, the first reason Trump would have thought will have impact on his future 1 year. Forget about 3 years, the 1 year which is coming, where the elections are going to come, and he will lose the gravity, and there might be a chance of him getting really impeached. And impeached means confirmed impeachment, not just a motion. So he has to save his ass. Now, the second main reason, for which I think second reason might have been more compelling than the first, which is the armed forces of United States. Most probably, I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows. Maybe after 30 years it might come to be in the sphere of knowledge when some documents are declassified. So most probably the chief of staff, a joint chief of staff, what you call it, of America, which is General Dan Kane, he would have informed or indicated in some subtle way or the other to Trump that there is a great chance of orders being not acted upon or obeyed upon if the strikes on general utilities, general, all the bridges, all the powerhouses is done. Air Force might not do it. Even the chief of space operation might have told him the same thing. Marines might have told him the same thing. This is a problem. Our staff can refuse because according to the US law and constitution, the armed forces have got the right to ignore or not to act upon the order which is unlawful. And bombing every powerhouse, every petrol station, every bridge, every small utility is unlawful. And the forces have the chance to refuse. And if many refuses, there's no chance of getting them court-martial either. This may also impact on his presidency. Trump would have thought about it seriously for the last 24 hours or so. This is something that cannot be ignored. Trump would have also been advised that he has previously removed generals from his services only because they did not like some of his orders. in past, his past stance of the in the past when he was the president, and the present when he's the president. So all the armed forces are not totally in his favor or pocket. They will do what has to be required to be done by the order of the commandant. But unlawful order, they have got a chance to say no. He, Trump would have thought about it very seriously, what to do and what not to do, and would have taken this opportunity of Iran supplying the 10 points. So he can save his face and see, they agreed, which is, as you can see, saving your face. It must be noted that his advisors, or the close advisors, as good as layman's dog. All the staff which is in high positions or positions of leadership have got only one coin for which they were appointed: loyalty. In last administration, when he was the president, he had to 3, 4 legal and armed forces people just resigned for that, because they felt it was what he was acting upon is unlawful. And these guys, Hegseth and all, they have no bloody brains. They are just loyal. They listen to him and they'll do, because that's what they gave them. They made good money out of it also. That might be on the next, after the election, after 1.5 or 2 years, we'll see what comes out of it. But folks, the good thing is that ceasefire has been agreed. We sincerely hope that Trump will not act foolishly, which he is. And he will stay restrained by the advice of his allied leaders and sincere US Joint Chief of Staff recommendations not to do what he is planning to do. At the same time, our suggestion to Iran remains that please see if you can come out and hold the peace, but ensure your dignity. Thanks, folks. You got any comments or suggestions? I would appreciate. Thanks.